Sorry, I didn't want to do it too soon so that we were recording like dead air. So just bear with me. I'm sorry. All right, sorry, I think we're good to go. Okay, we're good, right? You can hear me still? Yes? Yes, perfect. Okay, thank you. All right, so Dawn passed the baton today, and I will be running the meeting. Dawn, jump in at any time in case I make any mistakes or anything happens. So thank you to everybody who's joining us tonight. So I'm going to start with a quick update, actually pertaining from our last meeting. So I don't know, this happened a little bit towards the end of the meeting where Mrs. Tobin mentioned that some of the teachers were asking for like activities for the kids to do during mask breaks on inclement weather days. So Dawn and I asked for some help from some other parents. So we enlisted Melissa Hugel and Marlene Beaver, and the four of us have been working to gather items that teachers were requesting, and everything as of today has arrived. We're meeting this week to sort everything and to sort everything by grade level, and then we will be reaching out, or they will be reaching out to class parents to help with distribution. So the good news is that we are kind of like at the end of the tunnel, I guess, with that task. So things should be coming to school really soon, and I think everyone's gonna be really excited. We have some really fun items. So that's that with that. Do you guys have any questions on that, by the way? No? Good? Okay, cool. All right. Janine Kennedy, are you here?
I am.
Okay, cool. So Janine is going to give us our Spiritware update.
So everything's been ordered, and I spoke to the guy this afternoon, and it should be in soon. Hopefully we are able to start distributing it the week after Thanksgiving.
Cool.
So we'll get together and get that all set up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Mrs. McCormack, you're up next.
So Spiritware will be here after Thanksgiving. So I got ordered pajamas. So I'll be putting that on the calendar. Pajama day coming sometime soon. Very selfish, but. So hi, everybody. I just want to start off by, I know, I just was looking through my emails and, I saw another letter that came out about the, positive COVID cases. We kind of get an update each night, and not that they're doing anything differently than we are, but I feel so comfortable in this school. Like, we are really so vigilant, about maintaining I have my mask off now because literally it's myself and one custodian in the building because it's late enough, but we are just, really, really taking every single precaution. And I hope that we continue to forge forward with our plan, even though it was postponed a little bit. And I'm grateful for that, but hopefully we will continue in that same direction. So we have a pandemic response team, building level, and this is a team which I know many of you have heard about already, but we started meeting back in the summertime, like July, and met fast and furious right up until the start of the school day, planning everything. And we're continuing to meet. So one of the things that recently we spoke about in our last meeting, as we were going into phase 5, which has now been postponed a little bit, was the need for snack break going into the winter and the cold season. So what we're doing is, if it's an inclement weather day, or if indeed we get to the snowy weather or the truly freezing cold weather, snacks will be had inside, but they will be managed in such a way that the students are socially distant. So, there's been 1 or 2 days since, we talked about this as a staff, that we had to do that. Most of the time we've been fortunate that we've been outside, but how we're managing it in the classroom, the students obviously have to be 6 feet apart. Some of the classrooms that have higher numbers of students, what the students are doing during their snack break, which is a quick break, it's not the full recess time, it's just the quick snack, and then they will have the rest of their recess time separately with masks on. But for that short time when they're having their snack, we're utilizing the hallway, which are all lined, with the social distancing dots. You know, it's kind of like a little cafe in the hallway, but it's one class at a time and they're totally spread out one side of the hall. So if you're, you know, if it's a homeroom that may have 12 students in the cohort and 10 fit in there comfortably socially distanced, you know, 2 or 3 or 4 will go sit in the hallway and the teacher, you know, will kind of stand at the door. You know, if it's a hallway that's high traffic area, we have another area, you know, over by the Griffin garage, which has less traffic, less classrooms there. So that seems to be working well. And I think, you know, that's, everyone is very comfortable with that plan, again, because we're really following the social distancing and being very cautious. And the students really are also. But I think that's something that will, you know, just help and know what the plan is on the days when it is very cold. Because I agree, you know, snacks are important for not only our littlest learners, but our teachers as well. If they need a little break, you know, that 10-15, it's like clockwork. So it just gives them an extra little boost of energy to get through the rest of the day. So that's our plan going forward with regard to that. With regard to, you know, going into phase 5 and eventually 6, which is now pushed to January, which is possibly the, you know, the reintroduction of everybody for the 5 days. The district has purchased partitions for the desks in the classrooms. So every student will have a partition, depending on if they're at desks or tables. It could be a, you know, a quartered partition or just a single one, which I think will be very helpful too. They haven't arrived yet, but they should by our new phase 5 reopening date by the end, middle of December 16th on or about, or 14th. So I think that's something that will be very helpful as well going forward. And we will continue to meet again. You know, we always have different things that come up, and it's just a great forum to bounce around ideas and concerns and just issues as they come up. Does anybody have any questions just about that, or any concerns you might have that you would like me to bring to our pandemic response team? And that's made up of teachers, parents, myself, Nurse Dean, a secretary, Lauren Sweeney, Vinnie Woods, one of our custodians. So it's kind of a real collaboration. So we get all perspectives. So I didn't know if anyone had anything that they wanted to me to bring up or to discuss, or concerns or questions that you might have.
I have a question about the partitions. Hmm? Are these like plexiglass, like we see advertised, like, you know, as the new thing? They're like 3-sided. And you said they're halfway or full, like, have you seen them?
I have seen them through the screen, but it's not the super durable ones that have the straight up sides. They are the plexiglass. They are the see-through. And Nicole, no, you don't think you saw them, but they are a little bit wobbly. I don't know if you can kind of picture that. It's not the super sturdy sides. And I guess
is it the one with the white? Are they white with the clear window?
Not the one. It's see-through on all sides. So we had some that were delivered from the district that had. I'll get one. Hold on. They had, you know, just the center was open, but the sides you couldn't see through, and that still really kind of closes the students off. So the ones, it's like it's definitely more of a flexible material, but I think it will work. You know, like I said, it was more affordable because it's something that they got for, you know, pretty much every student in the district as a necessary precaution as we go forward, so that we can continue to keep everybody safe. So I'm very hopeful.
When did you think those were coming in? Before Christmas?
Yes, that's what they were, when they were ordering it, the plan was before the beginning of phase 6, which at the time was around Christmas, you know, around the December-ish. So I'm hoping, unless they're back ordered, but so far we haven't heard anything different. So as soon as we have them, we'll hand them out and put them to use as well.
Thank you.
Sure. Any other questions about that? If you do come up with questions, you know, as you're talking to people or whatever, please bring them to me. You know, I don't think of all of them, you know, our pandemic response team doesn't, but we are more than happy to brainstorm and come up with the safest answer, you know, for our community. So I just wanted to share one thing that we did this year. So at the beginning of the school year, you know, I wanted to really set some school-wide behavior expectations. I mean, I know the school looks very different, and I shouldn't say this out loud, but there's been zero behavior issues or any confrontations, or I know, and I almost wish there were, because that would mean that they, there's conflict happens when students are interacting. But so we put together, at the beginning of the year, with the teachers, we did it all together. We came up with the acronym Village Values, just because it was a nice little alliteration, and then values being the acronym. So, together we, did a poll, and what qualities V would stand for, A would stand for, L, and so on. And then we voted on it. So what we came up with was, I'm going to share my screen for a minute. Host disabled attendee screen sharing. Can I, because I'm not.
No, hang on.
Okay.
Let me look at that. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, that's quite all right. So I just want to quickly share it with you. We shared it, I shared it with the students. We have posters that were made that are hanging in all the classrooms. They're going to be hanging in the hallways as well. We have a teacher that's using her Cricut machine to put it up on our APR room. Not that we're gathering there yet as a whole, but just, as we hopefully move in that direction. But it's really just a set of positively stated behavior expectations for everybody, whether it's students, teachers, parents when they come into the building, and the expectations are consistent, whether you're in Mrs. Tobin's 5th grade class or Mrs. Keogh's 1st grade class. It's consistent language. It's expected whether you're on the bus, whether you're on the field, whether you're in the bathroom with no teacher in there, whether you're in the hallway in the classroom, that sort of thing. So it's just one of those things, that we, I just want to continually reiterate. We're doing a whole school closing circle, which is our second one. It's going to be a monthly thing that I'm trying to do, but I will reiterate it during the monthly meetings and focus on a different letter each month, just to reiterate, so the students, become more and more aware and comfortable of what it means. If you're, make a decision that's a poor decision, well, which value were you not showing? Were you not being a leader? Were you not giving your best and showing achievement? But it just gives us a common language. Should I try again, Lori?
I can't figure out, I didn't click anything so that you can't share your screen. Are you able to email it to me and I can share it here?
Sure, I can.
Oh, wait. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Let me
I'll just share it with you right now. And honestly, I can read it to you too. It's just the picture of the poster that we blew up and it's hanging everywhere. All right, it should be coming to you right now.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, thank you.
It's also something, Maureen, that we use every morning in morning meeting in my class. I put it on my morning message slide every day. So it's something we just kind of reiterate every day in morning meeting, just to, and especially self-worth. We talk a lot about that. So.
Yeah, I love all the ideas that we came up with. I wish we could have had a whole bunch of them. I have my copy here too. Did you see it, Lori?
Yep, it just came through. My computer's really slow. Hang on, let's see.
Computers have had enough.
Yeah, too many tabs open.
I heard of
it. Hold on. Can you, nope, don't want that to happen. Okay, can you guys see this?
Yes. Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, sorry, it's a little bit delayed, but.
If you can scroll it down.
Yeah, it's thinking.
There we go.
Okay.
So village values. So valuable was the first one that we came up with. And the idea behind it is that, we are valuable. Our ideas are valuable. Our thoughts are valuable. What you think and say and do are important. Achievement is obviously, just that never giving up, that growth mindset. Do your best and, never say the word I can't do it yet. I was in Kara Markowitz's class and the kids all have little yet bubbles on their table, on their desk, because we never want to hear that I can't do it. I just can't do it yet. I don't understand it yet. I'm not able to complete this yet. Leadership, this is a big one, be a leader, not a follower. This is the one that actually I'm going to focus on in our whole school closing circle this Friday. How the importance of, having integrity and doing the right thing, even when there's no adult looking, not for any praise, not for any reason other than knowing that it's the right thing to do. Being understanding, listening to others, being tolerant, fair, and forgiving. Having empathy, which is really important, and that's something that, they can and they are learning about, caring about the feelings of others. And then having self-worth. You deserve to be valued. You are respected. And that kind of goes along with the value, the first one, with respect and, learn it, earn it, and then return it. So that was all, Lori, I just wanted to share. So that's just something that, hopefully you're, ask your children about, hopefully it's something that we're going to be talking more of. But I just wanted to share that with you as well. So this next thing, I think you'll be happy to hear based on my conversation with Dawn and Lori. So we were talking earlier about the time-honored village tradition of the turkey trot. So I know that, and I've mentioned it before, I feel strongly about traditions, so we kind of brainstormed and tweaked and the turkey trot is still on. It will look definitely different from what it was explained to me and how it happened in the past. But I think the children will have just as much fun. So what's going to happen, it'll be, and I'll send this communication out to the parents as well, to the whole community. But it will be on Monday and Tuesday. So cohort A will be Monday, cohort B will be on Tuesday. And it will be just in lieu of their specials for the day. So it's kind of a little bit last minute. So I didn't want to interfere with the teachers' schedules that they so carefully plan and pack, into their shortened days. So the students will come out for their specials, the same, they'll be with their grade levels because they all have the same time schedule. The specials teachers will be out there. We'll have it set up so that they, unlike in the past, there'll be 3 separate lanes, one for each of the grade levels and their individual cohort. And Lori and Dawn explained in the past, it would be the girls going first, and then you have your winner, like kindergarten girls first, you have your winner, then kindergarten boys, and you have your winner. The other classes, they know this time of all the schedules, and they're welcome to come out either before their regular scheduled special time or after, just to cheer on the grade that's before or after them, just to add to that little bit sense of community. I know Lori and Dawn said in the PFA purchase medals that we will hand out to them. We kind of figured if they're in cohort A and they had a very successful run and came out of it with a medal, they would not, I guess they could run the next day, but they would not have the opportunity to earn a second medal. We'd want to, give that to somebody else. So it's pretty much just that's it. I mean, we'll try to make it as exciting as possible. I don't know if you can see. Got a bag of turkey hats. I don't know how Mr. Lombardi and Mr. Don feel about that, but we're going to try to make it as fun as possible. So, and yeah, I'm sure some teachers will join if they're able to, but so any questions about our transform turkey trot for this year? And then we'll get back into action again next year, hopefully.
Thank you for doing that.
And we'll bring some
Thank you so much. That hat is awesome. So great. And that's so great that you're going to invite other classes that maybe could cheer them on.
Yeah.
That's
honestly,
so nice.
I just wanted to be careful of being cognizant of the teachers and their schedules, especially being that it is a bit last minute, and I know that they always plan for the turkey trot to begin with. But I think there'll still be teachers that will come out and cheer them on, and we'll make it fun and festive.
Thank you.
I think that's all I had.
Hi, I had a question. This is
Sure.
Lynn.
Hi.
Will there be someone there to take a picture of all the winners for the yearbook?
So I can. So yeah, I can make sure that happens, whether it's me out there or, even the secretary team, they're dying to get out there, so we'll just take turns and we'll have somebody out there. So ideally, Lynn, what would you like? Not like just individuals as they finish, kindergarten girls?
Well, normally we put the first, second, and third place winners all together for the girls, say, in kindergarten. So 3 at a time next to each other and put the winner in the middle, the first place.
Dawn, is that, and Lori, is it first, second, third place medals, not just one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, sorry, you didn't know that.
Okay.
Yeah, there's going to be 3 winners per race.
Okay.
So yeah, if you could take like a shot of the 3 winners for each grade for each of the boys and the girls, that's times 2 days.
Times 2 days. We do everything doubles, all our drills, so it's just the kids are used to it.
Kids will be so happy. More winners.
Good. Yeah, totally. So yes, Lynn, we'll make sure that happens.
Thank you.
Sure. All right, thank you.
Have any more questions for Mrs. McCormack about anything?
I actually had a question about the calendar for December.
Hmm?
I couldn't find it on the website for what cohorts are after the week that we were all supposed to go back.
That's because it stops on the 16th. So I'm sure they're going to come out. The last date we have is the 9th, which is cohort A. So I'm sure as we get closer, since our phases have been pushed back a little, the district will put that out.
Okay,
And we'll put it on our home website too.
okay.
Anyone else have any more questions? Nope, we're good. All right, thank you. Thank you for that. That was a great update. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, next up, we're going to move things around a little bit. I want to introduce Suzanne Corcoran, who is one of our 5th grade coordinators, just to kind of give you guys an update and tell you what's happening with 5th grade. I think are you muted? We can't hear you. But I don't see that you're muted, but we can't hear anything.
What's up with the volume on are you on the Kelly's Chromebook or phone? Make sure the volume's turned up on that.
Are you texting me? Yes? No?
Sounds like 2 syllables.
I think she's gonna call in from her phone.
Okay. Okay, good. I like that. You got an A in charades. Suzanne, do you need the call-in information? Because I think do you want to text me what you need maybe? Because I don't think the invite had it.
Maybe she'll just join by Zoom on her phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. There she is.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Oh, yep.
Okay, now I'm gonna get out of this. Okay, so can you hear me now?
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
Okay. I can't, the only person I can see is you, Lori, but I'm just gonna keep on talking. All right, so myself, Joanne Restuccio and Melissa Omerborn, we're the 5th grade coordinators this year. Of course, this is going to be a year for our 5th graders that's been like, no other before. We're not so sure that all the things that typically the 5th graders have done are going to happen, but we're trying to just go with the flow. And there are some things that will definitely happen, which one of them is the t-shirts. And these are special t-shirts for the 5th grade. They have like a theme and they have all the kids' names on the back. Information about that will be going out to all the 5th graders soon. And also too, every 5th grader gets a free hardcover yearbook. So that being said, these are some of the things that we have to fundraise for. So one of the first things that we came up with was our cutest pet contest that we're in the midst of doing right now. The last day to submit your entries is on Friday, and I'm going to send something out tomorrow just to give one more reminder. Around the holidays, we're hoping to hitch on to something that the PFA is going to do, where we're going to add on to that for another fundraiser. And then another idea we have is in the winter, towards the spring, we're planning on doing a fundraiser, which will be a village cookbook, so that everyone can submit their their favorite recipe. We're going to put it all together and hopefully sell them all to everybody. The 5th grade coordinators typically also, as well as fundraise, we help coordinate a few events that happen throughout the year. Again, we're not sure what exactly is going to happen. There were things that should have happened in the fall up until the winter. Up until the winter break that obviously aren't going to happen. But thankfully, Mrs. McCormick is very hopeful. So we're not going to give up hope that some things may still be able to happen in the spring, in the winter into the spring. And we definitely think that we'll be able to have some kind of 5th grade celebration. So we need to fundraise for that too. So that's what we're working on. If any fifth grader is on, any fifth grade parent is on and has any ideas for fundraising or for something that we think the kids can all do together, through the school, please contact us. We do have a Gmail account. It's mvs5thgrade21@gmail.com. That's it.
Thank you, Suzanne.
Oh, and so far our pet fundraiser, we're up to about $300. So we're very excited that everyone got so into it. So it's gonna be really cute. We're excited. Thank you.
Thank you. Does anybody have any questions? Nope. Good.
Hi, oh, this is Lynn. Will there be a basketball game for the fifth graders?
Well, again, I think Mrs. McCormick hasn't said no, but that's definitely something that the fifth graders normally do. And for people that don't know, it's usually towards the beginning of the spring. The fifth graders are invited to the gym with one parent, and the fifth grader, the students and the parents and the teachers, they divide up into teams and they play basketball, and it's a really fun night, and it's not a fundraiser, it's just about having fun. So that is something, of course, that we would love to do in the spring, but I don't know if that's actually going to happen. But if anyone else has another idea that we can do, maybe more socially distant, we would be thankful for any ideas. That's it.
Thank you. Do you guys have any more questions for Suzanne or any of the coordinators? No? Okay. Okay, next, Debbie, for Vice President's message and fundraising. Are you here?
I am. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, thank you.
First of all, I want to tell everybody thank you so much for participating in our Scarecrow fundraiser. We ended up having 138 scarecrows, so that's amazing. We really appreciate it. I'm sure you guys have all seen us out there trying to keep the name tags flipped the correct way, but that's what we have to deal with when it comes to wind and weather. We are still working on winter and more winter fundraising right now. Obviously, the big word this year is flexibility and pivoting to new ideas when certain things that you normally do not work out. So we are also trying to keep some of our traditions alive and well based on things that we can't do. And one of those things that we are currently looking into for December is trying to bring back our gingerbread decorating. Because we cannot have our winter store that we usually do, the winter village that we normally do at school. And because the gingerbread cookies are such a hit, we are looking into making gingerbread decorating kits for people to purchase, and we will send them home or deliver them. So that's one thing we're looking into. We are also looking into doing something around Valentine's Day, very similar to the idea of being booed at Halloween. This would be called being hugged, getting hugged by someone. So we will have more details out as we get those in, but those two things are two that we're looking at. And then of course the gala, which was in February of last year, obviously we've had to push that back, and there will be a gala-esque type thing that does the baskets. We're just not exactly sure what that's going to look like based on where we are in the beginning of the year. So that information is TBD, and we'll get into that, but we will have something even if it's virtual. So that's kind of my shtick right now.
Okay, thank you. Does anybody have any questions for Debbie?
Hi, this is Lynn. I wondered, when do we have to have the money in for the class parent money for the class funds?
I usually love having it by Black Friday, just because when I have to buy all of the cool prizes, it's nice to have it on a day where I can get it at a good deal. If that's not possible and you're still waiting, obviously we can be flexible, because that's my favorite word this year is flexibility. So just let us know where you are with that. We've gotten, I would say, we still have a ways to go on getting people. So I think it's hard because people just aren't being reminded as much about it. I think it's sort of the last thing people are thinking about right now. So
Debbie, I can send an email reminder to the class parents tomorrow. That's, if you want me to, that's not a problem.
I mean, I don't think it's the class parents. I just think it's some of the people that we're used to having them send it in just aren't. They're forgetting. And with everything going on, I hate to like put even more pressure on people. But yeah, if you
Okay.
want to send it out just to remind people, that would be great.
Yeah, just a gentle reminder. I'll remind them that, about the money and that, I'll even talk about how you do some Black Friday shopping. So I don't know, we'll come up with something. Okay, cool. Anyone else? No, good, yes, okay. Okay, Prentice, you're up. I see you.
Oh, do you want to share your screen for
I
me?
do, hang on one second. Hang on, what is happening?
There you go.
Okay, good, thank you.
So,
Okay.
so can you just scroll all the way over to the right so that you're on 2020, the tabs on the bottom of the
Yeah,
screen.
I'm sorry,
No
yes.
worries. So go to the approved
This
tab.
one-
Keep going. One more.
Hold on, I'm sorry, my computer's like
know,
on a delay, I think, because of the streaming.
There you
Okay.
go. Okay, so not too much has changed since we last met. I guess everybody knew that we were going out of pocket for the Griffins and Goblins game night, which was a wild success. So that's why you don't see a profit on that line. We normally make money on that. This year we went out of pocket for that. School Spirit is doing really well. I guess whatever the fancy School Spirit seems to be doing really well. And then you can keep scrolling down and you should see there's the Scarecrow money. So we came in well above what we were anticipating, which is great. Like Deb said, that those were very well received. Okay, keep going down. Let's see.
Am I going too fast?
Nope, you're not. The recess bags were that amount, the $23.93. That was what Lori mentioned at the beginning of the call. Those were the purchases that we made for the mask breaks. And we didn't budget for them, but it shouldn't be an issue because we'll just pull it out of our carry forward money. And I think those are the only new items since we last met. We still have $36,000 in the bank. And I don't know. I don't really have anything else.
Okay.
So if anybody has any questions, as always, let me know.
I'm going to stop sharing my screen unless anybody has questions about any of the line items.
I just had a question, Prentice, for the, as we call it, the fancy spirit wear.
Yes.
Is that, I don't see it under school spirit. Isn't it, didn't we get like 3,600?
Well, it's in that number. It's in the school spirit number. Remember we owed the vendor.
Oh, right. Okay.
Right?
Right. It costs money.
Yeah.
Gotta put money out.
With spirit wear, what we do is we take it and then we mark it up and then we hold on to that markup. So the reason why it's not as big as the number that we saw when we did the meeting together is because I factored in the payment to the vendor, so we didn't look like we were overstating that line. And I made that change right before the meeting. So that was good that you caught that. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
Okay. Does anybody else have any other questions? No? Okay. All right, hang on one second. Okay, we're good. Thank you, Prentice.
You're welcome.
Okay, Dina, you're up.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
My update's really quick. So tomorrow we are thanking all of our support staff and our paraprofessionals. Nothing much changed for the paraprofessionals. We're still going to have lunch brought in for them. This year we're going to be ordering from No Limits Cafe. I thought that was a really good window of opportunity to give back to a small business. The support staff, like the bus drivers and the crossing guards, and the teaching aides and stuff like that, that's going to look a little different. Usually we host a buffet breakfast in the auditorium, and since we can't do that this year, we went and purchased $10 gift cards to Dunkin' Donuts, and I believe all of the children have been making cards for like the past week or so. So I handed those off to Lauren Sweeney, and she's going to stuff the cards that the kids made, and she'll be handing them out as each bus driver and crossing guard kind of pulls in and out. That's it. That's all I have.
Thank you.
You're
You guys
welcome.
have any questions? Sorry, Dina. Does anybody have any questions for Dina? No? Okay.
Easy one.
Easy crowd. Okay. Enrichment, Michelle.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. As far as enrichment, I don't have anything else new from the last time we spoke. I'm still booking the grade level enrichment for the spring as if we are in session together. A couple of the enrichment programs have told me that if we are still not together, then they are able to do a virtual. I was trying to get something on the calendar for December. I had something that basically slipped right through my fingers because it was Push Cart Players, which is an acting show. They had a really good show that they were supposed to be performing, and they were going to create a virtual session for it. And when I called the director back a week later, he said that the actors union was giving him a hard time, so his actors weren't coming back as of right now. He told me that if anything changes, he'll let me know, but I'm still searching. I'm not giving up because I'm hoping to get something on the calendar for December. I've been literally like emailing all over the place and not hearing back from a lot of the companies. So I don't know if they're not working or what their story is. So that's basically it as far as enrichment. But there was something new that I wanted to talk to everybody about. So the PFA was looking for some new ways, fun ways that we can use our Zoom account since the Goodnight Griffins was so successful. So I came up with an idea that I spoke to Mrs. McCormack and Dawn and Lori about having after school clubs virtually through the winter. This would be several clubs running probably about 6 weeks. It would only be meeting one session a week for probably about 30 to 40 minutes, probably about 20, maybe 25 kids tops. But there's going to be several clubs, hopefully. So, you know, there'll be several opportunities and different interests that the children can sign up for. So hopefully they'll pick one or maybe two, and there'll be availability for a lot of the children at the school. So we were thinking of the idea is to have several clubs, depending on how many volunteers we get. We want the volunteers to be parents. We don't really want to put it on the teachers because they have a lot of things that they're doing already. We're not excluding the teachers. If they, if they decide they want to sign up for something, I'm sure they'll approach us about it, but we are certainly not approaching them. So we're looking for parent volunteers. It doesn't have to strictly be parents. It could be anybody in the community. If you guys want to reach out to somebody you know that has a special interest or hobby. It could be maybe an older sibling, an aunt or uncle, grandparent, neighbor, anybody. So we wanted to, the idea is that the kids would sign up for a club of interest, just a place that they can kind of hang out in the virtual room with a bunch of kids that have the same interests. They can meet new friends or see friends that they already know. And I know that when my kids are on with their teachers and they're virtual and there's, classroom instruction going on, they're all on mute and they're all dying to get on the chat and they're all dying to get off mute and just talk to each other. So the idea of these clubs is to have a similar interest, something fun, a way to socialize, a way to meet new friends, a way to share the same interests, not overly structured, something like where they would have one activity or a craft or maybe a video shown from YouTube about, how to make something or whatever the theme is for the club. And then they would be able to share, if they made the craft or whatever activity, they can share, or they can ask questions or just talk to each other about whatever that club's interest is. So, we really are just looking for parents, for community members. What we need from you is just 6 sessions, basically, because it would be once a week for 6 weeks, probably about 30 to 40 minutes. If you need help setting up activities or supplies and whatever, the PFA would be more than happy to help you with that. I would be more than happy to get this started up, as I've spoken to Mrs. McCormick and Dawn and Lori about. Some of the club ideas that I came up with was a Lego club, a book club, an art club, a pet club, a dance type of music, maybe TikTok club, since all the kids are into making those TikTok videos, possibly a gaming club where the kids can get on and just talk about, gaming ideas or maybe how to beat a certain board or a certain game or whatever. And of course, these are just ideas. So if there's other parents or community members out there that have other ideas that they want to share, special interests that they want to share, a group that they want to take over, please reach out to me or Lori or Dawn. And I'm sure you can email the village PFA president. And we're just kind of looking at right now how many volunteers we're going to get that want to do this and what interests there are, who wants to take over what kind of club. And then we're going to have to take it from there to see, are we able to separate this into grade levels? Are we able to have several sessions of the same club? Because obviously it's one Zoom account, so we would only be able to have one club running for 40 minutes at a time. But we could have several on, Monday, like 3 clubs running on Monday at different times if we start right after the school sessions are over. So maybe even 3:30 or something like that. And then we can have another one at 4:30 and another one at 5:30. So it also depends too on availability of the parents. So we're flexible right now. We're just looking to get it out there to get more ideas and see, who's interested in even doing this. And then we're going to take it from there. I'm trying to think what else I need to tell you. Oh, and we were looking to charge a small fee for these after school clubs. So it would cover the supplies and whatever is needed. It also depends on the club, because obviously the book club, the children would have to go and get whatever book that they're discussing, for that week. But something like the pet club, you don't even have to have a pet, but you can just come on and talk about the pets that you like, and maybe, print out a picture of a pet that you like. And then each week they can do a specific pet. One week could be how to take care of a dog. Then the second week could be how to take care of a cat. And then they could just discuss it. And if they do have a pet at home, they can share and show that, this is my pet and this is their name. So, it's pretty easy to come up with 6 small activities, because the activities we only really want to take maybe 10 minutes for them to make or do or watch, so that they have a time to share and socialize, because that's really the idea of these after school clubs. So that's the idea. So all we need from you is to start getting ideas and, maybe talk to some friends that have a special interest or a talent or a hobby, or even if you don't, and you just want to run a club because your kid's in a certain grade level and they're interested in pets or they're interested in Legos, we can help you get the activities running. So right now we're just looking for the volunteers. And that's basically all I have. Anybody have any questions?
Anyone have
Okay.
any questions for Michelle?
Thank you, Nora. Yeah, we were thinking that, it might be a long winter ahead of us, and it's just something for the kids to do in like January, February. And if it runs well and people still want to volunteer, and we, maybe we can do like a second session for, March and April or something. And then hopefully we'll be together by then. So just something extra for the kids to have fun and socialize and just be together and share common interests and meet new friends, because I know they don't have a lot of opportunity to do that right now. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the update. Mrs. Tobin? Do you want to, sorry.
Yeah, I'm not on the agenda this week because I didn't really have much to bring from the teachers.
In case anything had crept up between my email and today, I just figured I would ask. So
yeah, I mean, I think they're going to be really excited to get their recess bags, all the teachers. That's kind of nice on the rainy days, and when it starts getting really cold out and we can't go out, it gives them something to do, which is nice. And I was thinking while we were talking about the clubs and about not being able to have a Christmas kind of or show or something that we usually have in December, maybe as the staff, we can maybe do some sort of sing-along in the school. Everybody's in their own classrooms, but because back in the day before it was a big show, it used to be just a sing-along. So maybe we can adjust it and everyone can stay in their classrooms with their cohorts, and we can use the Zoom account, or if we can even do, I don't know if we can do a Google Meet, but the Zoom might work better for the whole school. During the school day, towards the day before we leave, when we always have that big celebration, maybe adjust it a little bit, kind of have it in the classroom and just do a little sing-along or something like that.
That's cute.
Yeah, okay. That's it. I mean, whatever, the teachers are plugging away, everybody's working hard, and I think a lot of us were sad that we didn't get our virtual kids back. I know I was really looking forward to that. So hopefully we'll get them all back soon.
We're trying to keep our spirits up, though. A little spoiler alert.
Yeah.
We had a staff dance party in the all-purpose room, socially distanced.
Yes.
It'll be showcased.
We're all on our dot.
Yeah, we're on our dots. It'll be showcased at our closing circle. It was fun. We needed a little.
We did a little pick me up, and but
fun.
the spirit, I think that I would have to say that the morale is really good at Village, considering everything that's going on. I think the staff is in good spirits considering. So I really do.
Good. Thank you. Thank you for all you guys do. This is beyond
Thank
tough.
you.
I can't imagine.
I'll be watching that closing circle. I won't record it, I promise.
Yes. I don't want this on YouTube, all right?
All right. Okay. I don't think Karen Romano is on the call for the pickup date. I don't see her name unless she signed under a different name. So Dawn did speak with Karen. So just there wasn't really much of an update, just that the strategic planning is not a hot topic of conversation, which is always nice to hear, especially when you're on the chopping block. So that's the only piece of information that was shared with us.
Laura, can I jump in for 1 second?
Yeah, please do.
I had told Karen at the beginning that I would join her on the PIC meeting, but apparently I was kicked off and I'm now on the Middletown Public Library Committee. So, but one of the things I did hear that picture days, I guess they were slotted for the spring, but now they've been pushed up a little bit. So our picture day has changed. I can email you, but it's now February 19th, which is a Friday for cohort B, and February 22nd for cohort A. I guess for the purposes of yearbook, just to help get them out a little bit earlier. But I know that was a PIC topic.
Okay, thank you. I didn't know that. Okay. Okay, that looks like everything. We've covered everything I have. Does anybody have any questions? Anything you want to add? No? Nothing?
This is Lynn. Can I just give a statement about the yearbook?
Yeah.
So for last year's students that were in 5th grade, there are 11 that we never got the books to them yet. And, because we were missing some hardcovers, I'm still waiting on 8. So I didn't want to push too hard and then have nothing to give, to these kids. But we should try and pursue somehow. They must be at Bayshore or maybe they're gone. I don't know. I don't know. They're not on any social media. It's impossible to find these guys. But so eventually I'm going to have to come and see how we can try and track them down. And so I also complained. I felt like the last year's book was a little blurry. And so they gave us a credit of $277. Just some pictures that were definitely not blurry. Normally were blurry in the book. And so when I get these last 8 hardcovers, then I'll be able to finalize the bill. But right now it looks like we owe about $745. So just for Prentice to know, I think that's the ballpark right now.
Thank you.
And okay, and so we're still shooting to have this yearbook ready for everyone when they move on. Usually we have to be final by May 4th. I have to submit the actual book. And so by May 4th, then we would get the book June 8th-ish, which is cutting it close. I'm not sure when that moving on ceremony would be. Usually it's around there, But so that's the plan. So my dream was like, if we can't have a class picture of the kids each together with their class because we're not still together, then I was just going to do the normal sort of high school layout of just smaller facial pictures for each kid in the lower grades, but the 5th graders would still get their bigger shot. But definitely people have been sending in pictures like crazy. Like I have so many good shots. Like it's better actually than what we've had in the past sometimes because the kids are looking at the camera, and I think it's nice that the parents get to choose a good shot of their kid and not have one where their kid was making a bad face or something. But so far it's looking very good. And that's all I want to say, I think.
Thank you very much. That was a good update.
Hey, Lynn, when is the deadline for the fall activities pictures? Is that the 20th?
Yeah, I was really hoping the 20th because I really need to start putting the actual pictures in the software. And once it'll start getting very confusing for me if I keep getting pictures. So I try to go after everyone I know, trying to get them, especially if someone has like 3 kids. Like it's a big win if they send in the pictures. Yeah, so November 20th. I mean, God forbid someone sends in something, I can manage it for a few days after, it's just now I have hundreds of pictures really, and it's a big job. So I don't want to have too many, I don't want to have duplicates in the book, Yeah, so I try to plan out other special dates, but depending on how the calendar unfolds for us, maybe we could have something exciting, I don't know, are we going to have jump rope for heart this year? Do we know that yet?
We don't know that yet.
Yeah. So a lot of things, I'm trying to plan ahead, but if we do have a jump rope for heart, say, then I will absorb any Valentine pictures into the fun day pages, for the grade. So just trying to be ready to react if we do have a good in school something. But so I think it's definitely gonna be worthwhile for everybody, the book.
So it's so overwhelming. Thank you, Lynn, for organizing all of that.
Well, yeah, I mean, just for the teachers, the one thing, I mean, I know everyone's very creative, so they put the fancy pictures up on Twitter. And so when I take the picture from Twitter, I'm getting the fancy, I don't know what you call it when the pictures are all.
They become grainy?
No, they're
collage.
Collage.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep them separated out.
Yeah, so not to be unexciting when you're posting, but it would be better. I mean, Mrs. Halick went out of her way to send me all these single shots via email. It was very nice of her to do that. And some teachers I see, they're definitely posters on Twitter, but it's not, I mean, I could put the collage picture in the yearbook, but it's not so great. But a lot of times if the kids are all in their face mask anyway, that's what is so nice about getting it from the parents. I am getting the picture without the face mask, which is a better, more interesting picture, But But it is nice to have a couple of face masks so we know the times that we're in. Everyone will remember. Okay. Yeah.
I'll give a little reminder to the teachers at school to try to take some pictures in the classroom of the activities that they're doing, maybe science experiments, things like that.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, any more questions for anybody? Nope. All right, I think we're done. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being here with us tonight. And if you have any questions, reach out to us. And I think that's it. All right. Good night.
Thank you guys. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.